SEO or search engine optimization refers to the techniques that help your website rank higher in organic search results. And when it ranks higher, it becomes more visible to people who are looking for your products or services on Google and other search engines. As a website owner, you have to be mindful of a long list of factors that affect your ranking. The Yoast SEO plugin is a tool that helps you stick to some of the most important SEO techniques for your website. We'll see how it helps you get verified by major search engines. We'll go through the optimal settings for the Yoast SEO plugin to make your website more SEO friendly. And finally, we'll learn how you can optimize your individual pages and posts for SEO. And though you'll still have to learn the principles of SEO and create valuable, user-friendly content for the best rank, the Yoast SEO plugin can start you off on the right foot. So here's the complete Yoast SEO tutorial for beginners. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification icon so you don't miss out on great content related to WordPress and WooCommerce. We'll start by installing the Yoast SEO plugin on your WordPress website. Hover your mouse pointer over the Plugins section in your WordPress dashboard and click on Add New. Search for Yoast SEO and click on Install. After activating the plugin, a new tab called SEO will appear in your dashboard. When you click on it, you'll see a prompt for a configuration wizard to make setup quicker. Let's click on it. In the configuration wizard, choose whether your site is live and ready to be indexed, or if you want to wait until it's finished. If you choose the second option, don't forget to activate it in the settings once your site is published. Since our site is live, let's choose the first option and click on Next. Choose the type of website you have. Ours is a travel blog, so we'll choose this. Next, choose the entity represented by the website. Is it an organization or a person? If you're a person, simply select a user from the drop-down and click on Next. But if you're an organization, this information will be used in Google's Knowledge Graph card, the big block of information you see on the right side of the search results. Enter the name of the organization and upload its logo. You can also add the various social media profile links. On the next page, select your website's content types you want to be visible to the search engine. Posts and pages should definitely be indexed. But these content types are generated by themes and page builders, so we don't want them to be visible to the search engines. If you have an e-commerce store, you'll get the option to make your products visible to search engines as well. On the next page, let Yoast know if you have multiple authors contributing on your website. If you're the only content creator, choose No. Choosing this option will also prevent duplicate content on your website. Here, you need to enter your website's name and the title separator you want to use in the search results. Separators usually appear in the search results between the post title and the site name. As you can see, different websites use different separators. You can choose one according to your preference. Next, choose your data tracking and newsletter subscription preferences and click Next. On the final page, click Close to be redirected to the Yoast dashboard. This is where you can keep track of various SEO problems and notifications about your website. Using the Webmaster Tools tab, you can get your website verified by search engines like Google and Bing. By enabling this, you indicate to a search engine that you're the owner of the property you claim to own, and can thus get access to search engine data and affect its presence in the search results. Let's start with the Google verification. Clicking on the link takes us to the Google Search Console. We can use various methods for verification, but the quickest and easiest method is to use the HTML tag. Copy the generated code, paste it in the Google verification code field, and save the changes. Now go back to the console and click on Verify. After verification, you can use the Google Search Console to view your website's performance and other statistics. We can use this link for Bing verification. If you don't have an account, create one using one of these services. Paste your website's URL here, and click on Add. Then, expand the HTML meta tags section and copy the code. Paste the code in Bing verification code field and save the changes. Then, go back to Bing's Webmaster website and click on Verify. With our website verified, we can go through the other settings of the Yoast SEO plugin. In the Features tab, you'll have the option to enable or disable Yoast SEO's features. You can control everything from the SEO analysis and the readability analysis features to the XML sitemaps and write integration. Since all these features are useful to us, it's best to leave the settings just as they are, with almost all of them on. Next, click on the Search Appearance section under Yoast SEO. We've already made the title separator setting and uploaded the organization name and image during the Setup wizard, so we can move on to the Content Types section. On this page, we've already selected the types of content that will be visible in the search results. Now, we'll customize how they show up exactly. This setting controls whether you can make SEO settings in your blog posts. When it's set to show, we can scroll down on each post page and make SEO settings for the post. If you set it to hide, you won't be able to make on-page SEO settings. It's advised to keep this one to show. The next setting controls how this part of your post appears in the search result. As you can see, the most common and optimal way to have this is the post title and the site title separated by a separator. We'll do the same for our posts. Just place your cursor here and click backspace to remove the page variable. Now, our post will show up like this. If you want to set it some other way, you can refer Yoast SEO's list of available snippet variables. Meta description is this part of a search result that gives a little more information about the result. For our default post meta description, it's best to use the excerpt that WordPress automatically generates for each post. To do it, go to the snippet variable reference page in the video description and scroll down to find excerpt. Copy the text and paste it in the meta description box. You can also click on this Insert Variable button, type excerpt, and select from the drop-down. Now, we'll do the same settings for our pages. There's no need to make settings for these sections as they won't be shown in the search results. When you're done, click on Save Settings and move on to the Media tab. When you upload an image or a video to WordPress, not only is the media saved, but a separate URL is created for it. This URL is generally useless and unnecessary to the user. So if you're not using these URLs, you can leave this setting as yes so that the URL redirects to the page or post containing the image. Then, save changes and click on Taxonomies. In WordPress, content can be grouped using categories and tags. WordPress calls these taxonomies. On this page, you can control if and how your website's taxonomies appear in the search results. The first setting is for the Categories section. For example, we have multiple blogs grouped under the Adventure category. So when users search for this category of posts, this is how the result appears. You can customize it by editing these fields. The recommended inputs are the term title and site title separated by a separator, and excerpt in the meta description. You can similarly make the settings for the remaining sections. With this setting, you can remove the category prefix in your category URLs. However, it's recommended to leave this setting as it is. Then save the settings and click on the Archives section. The author and date archives in your website group content according to authors and dates. However, search engines could label them as duplicate content. Thus, it's advised to keep these settings disabled. The Special Pages settings cover the search pages and 404 pages and have optimal settings already. But you can change them according to your preferences. When you're done, save the settings. Breadcrumbs are navigational text paths in Google search results that show the exact location of the content on the website. However, enabling breadcrumbs may interfere with your theme, so it's recommended to keep them disabled. Finally, in the RSS setting, you can make sure that content scrapers can't simply copy your content and rank for it. This content will help search engines identify you as the original source of the content. You can add a link back to your blog before and after your content by using these variables. The social section is pretty simple. Just add your organization's social profile so that search engines can know which social profiles are associated with your website. In the Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest tabs, just enable the setting so that your website links shared on these social media platforms display a preview. Next, go to the Tools section here. Using the first link, you can copy Yoast SEO settings from one website to another easily. Click on the link and switch to the Export Settings tab. Click on Export Settings and copy the text. Then, go to the new website and paste the text in the Import Settings tab. When you click on Import Settings, the two websites will have the same SEO settings. The file editor link helps you create a robots.txt file to help search engine crawlers to properly navigate your website. Click on Save Changes to update your file. Finally, the bulk editor can be used to quickly navigate to a post or a page and edit its SEO settings. When you've created a post or a page, you can check this section in the sidebar to see its SEO and readability rating. To optimize your posts and pages, just scroll down to find the Yoast SEO section. First, we'll enter the focus keyphrase or the primary keyword for our content. Then, we'll click on the Edit Snippet button to customize how the post or page appears in mobile and desktop search results. We'll set an SEO title for the post here. You can use the variables to put the post title and site title separated by a separator. Or you can have a completely different title written by yourself. Just make sure it's informative and catches attention without being misleading. Below, you can choose the post slug. A URL slug is the unique part of a URL which identifies a particular post. It's good practice to include your keyword in the slug and have it relevant to the post. In the meta description field, you can simply enter the excerpt variable to display the first few words of your post. But it's better to write an informative, eye-catching meta description for every post and page. These green and orange lines will indicate the ideal length of the title and meta description. Green means good and orange and red means content length needs to be increased or decreased. In the SEO analysis section, the plugin will describe the measures you can take to improve the content. You might have to include in internal and external links, add images, and change the SEO title width. It's not necessary to follow every single suggestion here. Rather, you should focus on providing the highest value content for visitors combined with some suggested SEO measures that can be applied to improve the content even more. Below, you can add related keyphrases, mark this post as cornerstone content, and make some other advanced settings. At the top of the section, the plugin will also analyze your content and suggest changes to improve its readability. And the social button will control the preview of your posts' links on Facebook and Twitter. When you're done, click on Update. While the page and post optimization settings go online quite quickly, the general settings we made earlier might take some time to go live. In the meantime, stay consistent with your SEO efforts and your website will surely see better rankings over time. Good luck! Check out learnwoo.com for more articles, videos, and resources related to WordPress and WooCommerce. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media channels. And do let us know in the comment section if you want us to cover a specific topic or if you have any ideas or suggestions.